Alrighty, guys, welcome back to another video. We're gonna jump right into this one. The the title really got me when I saw it. I don't have to help you investigate me. I said, let's go.
You just identify you. That's cool. Are you the owner of this vehicle? Where are you from? Come on, man. I'm not trying to be a jerk.
I'm not required, sir, to help you in your investigation.
If we could just have your name at least.
Welcome back to the Lackluster channel. In September of 2024, deputies Henderson and Collins of
I want to speak softly because I'm pretty sure you'd be able to hear me from here. Yo. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist that one. Yo.
of the Tulare County Sheriff's Office noticed a parked vehicle at a gas station. After running its license plate, they approached the driver.
I cannot hear you, sir. Can you roll down the window so my partner at least can talk to you?
The driver speaks to the deputy on the passenger side, as he made contact first, and in the beginning, the encounter appeared to be nothing more than an intrusive but consensual conversation. But once the deputies began asking whether the driver had been drinking,
Have you had anything to drink tonight, sir? Have you had anything to drink tonight?
the driver told them to kick rocks, to which they responded by ordering him out of the vehicle.
So off the bat, I'm thinking to myself, he wasn't driving, the vehicle was parked, the vehicle was off. Does the rules about traffic stops apply to this? Furthermore, he was on, or is rather, on private property. How does that work? Can you order somebody out of their vehicle while they're on private property? I don't know.
Sir, we're gonna need you to step out of the vehicle, okay? We're gonna need you to step out of the vehicle, okay? Go ahead and open the door for my partner here.
In Pennsylvania v. Mims, the Supreme Court held that for officer safety, they can order a driver to exit their vehicle during a lawful traffic stop without violating the Fourth Amendment. The only question now is whether this is a lawful detention, or if the boys are veering off the constitutional cliff.
Screw that. Is this a traffic stop? He was already stopped. I don't understand this. I understand, there's people who pull into their driveway and say, hey, I'm already at home, you can't do anything. He was parked when they found him, no? At least that's where the video started. He was already parked there and they were called for it. So how do you qualify this as a traffic stop? A traffic stop?
Sir, I'm giving you a lawful order to step out of the vehicle, okay?
You don't got anything else on you, bro? Nothing on you? Anything to drink tonight? What's going on?
I have had nothing to drink.
Okay.
I'd like your names and badge numbers, please.
Absolutely.
I've told
We'll
you.
provide those.
You're stopping me?
Well,
Are you detaining me?
we're
Yes or
conducting-
no?
This is a 10.
Are you detaining me? Yes or no?
At this point, yes. We're a
For
little
what,
concerned.
for what violation of law?
It's 11:15 at night. You're parked here. You're just sitting here. I don't know. I'm kind of worried that there might be a crime here.
What crime?
I'm worried that maybe this car could be stolen.
So there you go. That's not reasonable. A parked car does not mean a crime. How do you jump from what is the reasonable and articulable suspicion for this crime? Where is it at? Because right now it seems like you're literally just doing an investigation. And like he said, I do not have to help you investigate me. So far I'm on his
You
side.
got something in the car that,
Okay,
based on the way you're acting
can I
right now.
put my hands down?
Absolutely. No, I have no
Okay.
problem with that. Yeah.
Your name and badge number. please.
Absolutely. So my name's right here. Badge number 1434, right
You're
here.
with which police agency?
This is Tulare County Sheriff's Office.
And your name and badge number, sir.
Deputy Collins, badge number 1077, also with Tulare County Sheriff's
Yeah.
Office.
And it's getting recorded. We're all right here. Okay. We just want to check out with you, man. Make sure you're good. Are you safe? Is everything been good tonight?
You and I both know that there is no violation of law here, and you have no grounds to detain me. Zero grounds to detain me. You're making up stories about a vehicle being stolen.
Well,
And I'm sorry to tell you,
Yeah.
I am going to have to report this if this continues
That's fine. No, if
to
you-
your police department.
Absolutely. If you want to file a formal complaint, it'll
Well,
be right
it may
here.
go further than that.
In Terry v. Ohio, The Supreme Court held that police must be able to articulate specific and objective facts to support
Can't
their
just claim
suspicion
it.
of criminal activity, and that they
100%.
cannot rely on a mere hunch to detain a person. But immediately after detaining the driver, Deputy Henderson's exact words were, quote, "I'm kind of worried that there might be a crime here," further
be.
explaining that his hunch was based on the driver being
Nothing.
parked and sitting at
How
11
do you-
o'clock at night.
It's
How do you get there? How do you make that jump? From a car's parked, a crime has been committed. How do you make that logical A to B? Help me find out in the comments if you guys get it.
it's 11:15 at night. You're parked here. You're just sitting here. I don't know. I'm kind of worried that there might be a crime here.
He further wondered out loud that maybe the car is stolen, or maybe the driver has something in the car, without elaborating on what his vivid imagination was picturing. This means the driver is now detained for the exact reasons the Supreme Court laid out that an officer shall not use.
So here's the thing. It's 11 o'clock at night, and you're just parked here. This is
Not
this
a
whole
crime.
area is ridden with crime.
Unless he has been trespassed or there's a prior agreement with the police department that states, hey, you know what? If there's a car here, they have no right to be here at this time. Therefore, you can trespass them. That there's what's the crime that's being committed? I don't understand it.
I don't know who you are. Your windows are tinted. The back end of this vehicle has been rear-ended, and you're not opening the door. Like, that's just
Where's the crime?
super weird, don't you
Sir,
think?
you know very well I have not been drinking. You know very well I've had.
At this point, I don't know anything. I don't even know your name, right? Would you be
Sir,
willing to give us your name?
Sir, I am going to plead. I'm not going to say anything further to you.
Yeah.
I want an attorney. I want to plead the Fifth Amendment. That's it.
And you see, that's right there. When I saw that title, a couple things went through my head. Because my understanding, again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not giving legal advice here. I never will. Okay. My understanding is that if you decide just to simply be quiet, that's not the same as using your right to remain silent. I have learned that in a couple of the videos I've watched before. Simply remaining silent is not you initiating or activating, I'm not sure what the proper term is, your right to remain silent. You have to literally state that is what you're going to do in a situation like this, because otherwise it may be what's the word I'm looking for? It might be construed as you are trying to impede an investigation.
Now, where are you going to go from here?
I don't know. Do you have a license to drive the car at
I
least?
said I am pleading the Fifth Amendment. You have no violation of law here. You have no grounds to detain me. I think you know that perfectly well. You're talking some nonsense about this vehicle being stolen, which is absurd.
Why is it absurd? I'm
Okay.
not saying it's stolen. I'm just saying.
Am I free to leave, or I've told you I pled the Fifth Amendment. I want an attorney. You keep asking me questions in violation of law.
I just like to know who you are. That's really all it is. We're in Earlymar. Are you from?
Every cop wants to know who you are. Leave me alone.
Are you from here? Are you from
Sir,
Earlymar?
Do you know what the Fifth Amendment is?
I understand that. I'm just asking you questions if you're willing.
Hey, what are you doing? Did you subscribe yet? How about that like button? It's again very lonely and you haven't hit it yet. Come on, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe for me, all right? Let's get back to the video.
to
Okay.
respond.
Do you know what the Sixth Amendment indication of the right to counsel is?
I am very, very aware of it.
And do you think it's appropriate for you to continue to ask me questions,
When it comes to
given that I pled my Sixth Amendment right to an attorney and my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent?
The Fifth and Sixth Amendments to the U.S. Constitution provides important protections. Even during a traffic stop, you have the right to remain silent to avoid incriminating yourself. You do not need to answer questions about where you're coming from or what you've been doing. And if a police encounter leads to an arrest, whether lawfully or otherwise, the Sixth Amendment guarantees that you have the right to an attorney once formal legal proceedings have begun. It's also supposed to ensure that the police inform you of the reason for your arrest and allow you to confront any witnesses against you in court. And now, the driver will demonstrate how to effectively utilize the Fifth Amendment. First, by declaring that it is his intent to remain silent, utilizing his Fifth Amendment rights.
There it
Do you
is.
think it's appropriate to keep asking me questions?
And that's the next thing. again, movies will really throw people for a loop, but it was my understanding that once you ask for a lawyer, the investigation, the questioning, it's done. They just walk out of the room. Okay? Obviously, movies aren't a good representation of how the real legal system works, obviously. But I thought, like he's saying, hey, I asked for my lawyer, why are you still questioning me? Why? I guess that's their right too, to ask questions.
I mean, absolutely. It's a
It
great
is not
question.
appropriate, sir.
It's
And
absolutely
if you didn't
appropriate.
learn that in the police academy, then I don't really
absolutely
know what
appropriate.
to tell you.
It's absolutely appropriate. I don't know. Have you ever attended a police academy? It requires us to memorize those amendments, sir. Very aware of them. Okay? And I'm not trying to hassle you. I'm not trying to give you a hard time.
That
I'm
is
just concerned
exactly
about
what
you.
you're trying to do.
I'm just trying to contact you and see what's going on.
Definitely concerned with you, sir.
Yeah.
You definitely are. In this area, it's not a good area. We just want to make sure you're okay. You're not missing out of Madera or something, possibly. We don't know. We don't know what's happening here. So if you can give us your identification, we can make sure that you're okay. We'll be on our way.
Yeah, we'll just leave. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, do you have a license to drive?
Sir, as I have
Are you
said
Gerald?
before, and I'm going to repeat myself,
Who's
you
Gerald?
have no grounds to detain me.
Who's
Zero.
Gerald? Who's
You
Gerald?
have no grounds to require me to prevent you a
And notice that, guys, this guy's doing, in my opinion, my humble black man opinion, he's doing pretty good. Because even though he feels like they have no right to detain him, you don't see him getting in his car and driving away. Because, again, where you challenge these things are not on the side of the road, it's in the court. You don't go there, oh, I'm not getting out of my car because you don't have the grounds to da 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 da. You get out the car. You comply. Okay? You comply with those orders, and if it's an issue, you go sue them and then you collect your paycheck after, okay? Don't fight it.
driver's license because I have not committed any violation of law.
Like I said, we'll get out of here as soon as we just identify you, if that's cool. We'd like to just identify you. Are you Gerald?
What
Okay, we ran the
Okay.
plate, so we have the plate. So we got somebody's name. Right? It's not a big deal. Are you the owner of this vehicle? How can I know if you're the owner of this vehicle? What's a good way for me to figure that out right now?
So here's my next hypothesis. I feel like they know that they are not in a position where this is a traffic stop. Because if you're in a traffic stop in most states, and I'm not going to say all, but I believe, okay, I'm not a lawyer, that if you're driving, you have to give over your driver's license. If you are stopped in a traffic stop, you are required to give over identification as virtue of it being a privilege, not a right to drive. The fact that he wasn't pulled over, he was already he was already stopped. That's probably why things are so cordial, because he's not required to hand over that information. Now, if he drives off, okay, and then, oh, look, he didn't put on his turn signal for long enough, they get him, get the information, and I'm pretty sure I can find videos of cops doing that exact same thing.
Just help me out here, and we'll leave. We'll just get out of here. Where are you from? What was the town on the return? Where are you from? Come on, man. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I just want to make sure you're good. Like I said, we'll leave. Just if we could just have your name at least. Know who you are, know whose cars this is. How did you get rear-ended? If that's even what happened. Maybe ran into something.
Do you have a supervisor you can get here?
Sure.
Sergeant?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We'll get him here right now.
Thanks, Anthony. Charles, can you 25 gas?
Or we can just have your name and we'll be gone. Our investigation will be over and we'll just head on out, dude.
What are you
All comes down to what you want to do.
Sergeant coming.
What are you investigating? What are you investigating?
Coming up.
You don't know. my.
Am I still detained?
Yeah, we're investigating what's going on with the vehicle. Make sure you're good.
And
Your
grounds for
stumped.
your grounds for
You're currently
violation of
stumped
law are
because
what?
you don't want to.
What are your grounds for the
You don't want to
violation
help
of law?
us figure this out real quick, man.
You heard it. I'm not required, sir, to help you in your investigation. I've already told you I pled the Fifth Amendment, the Sixth Amendment. I'm not required to assist you in your investigation.
Okay.
You are unlawfully detaining me, and the longer this continues, the worse it gets. The worse the detention gets for the absence of a violation of law.
Okay, sir. Like you had mentioned, though, you're going to be on your way. We're good with that. If you want to go ahead and leave, you can leave right now.
What about the sergeant?
You're still en route, but if you want to leave, you can leave right now.
And why have I been? I've been detained now for about 10 minutes. Would you agree?
It's been a little less than that.
And why have I been detained for 10 minutes? What violation of law have I committed?
So like I had explained to you, you're in an area that's very bad. You might not be violating any laws, but we're here to investigate, make sure that you're okay, right?
You can't detain someone to investigate. Can you? Again, where's there a reasonable, articulable crime? You're searching for a crime. It's not like a crime has been committed and you're trying to figure out who did it. You don't know what the crime is and you're searching for the crime. I don't believe that's how that works. That just sounds... And if it is, some laws need to be changed immediately.
You aren't injured or hurt, or you're not missing out of somewhere else. You know, we're just trying to make sure that you're all right. That's really it.
Now, perhaps realizing their errors, the officer attempts to play off the unlawful detention as a mere wellness check, claiming that they just had concerns about the driver's safety in the absence of any legitimate signs of distress, and instead used it to fish for a crime. But the reasonableness standard still applies, and a wellness check cannot be used as a pretext to stop someone simply because they were rude or disrespectful.
No violation of law, in other words. You cannot detain people without a violation of law. You cannot do that.
Okay, well,
Or suspected, reasonable, articulable, violation.
It violates the Fourth Amendment to the
given
Constitution.
your demeanor and your attitude, it could be very well that you might have been under the influence. So we needed to pull you out to verify that, and we have verified that now.
So did you smell any alcohol on me?
At this point, no.
At any point, did you smell alcohol on me?
I couldn't verify that until you were at least in this vicinity of where I can smell alcohol.
So you never smelled alcohol on me?
At this point, no.
At any point, you never smelled
But
alcohol on me?
But we have to investigate.
Your demeanor.
Okay, well, it's like talking to a brick wall. It's not my job to educate you.
Quite honestly, I
And
kind of feel the same way.
I'm finished.
I feel the
Okay.
same way.
Go ahead and be on your way.
You need, both of you, you need to learn the law. You cannot do this to people. You can't. I know you think you obviously think I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, I see where you're coming from. We don't want to violate your rights, right? Nobody wants
You
their rights to
already
be
did,
violated.
sir. You detained me for 10 minutes without any
We wanted-
violation of law.
but we
Now,
wanted to
goodbye,
investigate a
sir.
crime.
I'd like to leave.
Okay, you're free to leave. Like I said, we just want to investigate and make sure there's no crime occurring.
With that, the driver was released. I've been in contact with him, and if there are updates on this story, I'll be sure to let you know.
What do you think, guys? I believe that was a bunch of malarkey. I believe they were simply fishing for something. I feel like they thought he was definitely breaking some type of law. They were doing something illegal, maybe shooting up, maybe, visiting the lady of the night. They couldn't prove it, so they questioned him. They detained him, trying to find something. Only thing is, there was nothing to find. There was no trail to follow. Imagine if everyone got pulled over and then the cops started searching for the issue. Well, listen, I was following you for the last 15 minutes. Give me a minute. Let me review the tape so I can figure out if there's anything you did wrong in that 15 minutes. That wouldn't make any sense. And that's basically what they just did. Guys, let me know if you disagreed below. Comment, let me know what you think about this. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.